Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to start our new channel in which class 12 business studies has been explained. We provide creative learning to every student. So we are starting from the first chapter, that is the nature and significance of management, class 12 business studies. We'll be covering all the topics from the chapter number 1, and from today onwards, we are starting our class 12 business studies. Later on, we will be taking all the classes or of another subjects also of class 12th as well as class 11th. So firstly, we have to discuss what comes under the nature and significance of management. As we all know that the management is coming under this topic. So firstly, we have to discuss about the concept of the management which we are going to explain. Let's see. So what do we mean by management? What is the concept of management? We are going to discuss now. So management is the process of getting the things done with the aim of achieving goals effectively and efficiently. What do we mean by this? So we are trying to explain this, that management is called as the process. The process which we are discussing later in this chapter. So firstly, we have to understand the concept of management, that what is management is all about. Management is required in our day-to-day life also. Management is required in the business organization also. Management is to manage the things in a different way. When we are managing the things, then it is called as the management. When we are making the timetable for our study, when we are making the timetable for the whole day, that comes under the management part. As well as in the business organization also, when the employees are making some plans to do some work for achieving the goals, that comes under management. So that's why management is called as the process. Process is what? Process means the primary functions or activities that the management performs to get the things done. And these functions include planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. These are the chapters in the class 12th also. One by one, we will be discussing each chapter. But today only, we are discussing about the management. And briefly, I am explaining you what are these functions. That what comes under planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So, the planning is what? Planning is the function, and it is the primary function. Planning is what? We are doing some plans to make our goals achieved. So planning is the function of determining in advance what to do, how to do, who is to do, and when is to do it. Planning is the bridge between where we are and where we want to go. Next is the organizing. Organizing is what? It is also called as the management function of assigning the duties, grouping the tasks, establishing the relationships, and allocating the resources to carry out the specific plan in the organization. What activities are required and what resources are required. These all comes under the organizing process. Third is staffing. Staffing means to find the right people for the right job. This function involves the activities like recruitment, selection, placement, training, development. This is also known as the human resource function also. Next is directing. Directing is telling the people what to do and seeing that they do is the best of their ability. It involves the various functions also, leading, influencing, motivating the employees to perform the various tasks. So these are the 4 elements of directing also: motivation, leadership, communication, and supervision. Next is to controlling. Controlling is what? Comparing the actual performance with the target performance for the attainment of the organizational goals. These we will be discussing in the functions of management. These all are the functions of management also. So we'll be discussing later in the detail. Now it's very much important to understand about the process that comes under the management definition, management concepts. In the last, that the process of getting the things. So what is the management? Management is the process which we are discussing with right now. So the getting the things with the aim of achieving goals effectively and efficiently. Now what do you mean by effectively and efficiently? This is to be discussed in this topic only. Effectiveness is what? Effectiveness is concerned with doing the right task and completing the activity. And efficiency is what? Efficiency is doing the task correctly but with minimum cost. So this comes under the efficiency. Now this is the topic also. Effectiveness versus efficiency. This is a very important topic. So these are the two terms which the management needs to be adopted in the organization for achieving the goals effectively and smoothly. So effectiveness, I have told you that doing the right task with completing the activities and achieving the goals. It is concerned with the end result only. But efficiency includes the minimum cost. By using the efficiency is increased if by using the less inputs like money, materials, equipments and person, more output is produced. So this comes under the efficiency. For the same output, fewer resources are used and less costs are incurred. So management is concerned with the efficient use of resources because they reduce the cost and ultimately lead to higher profits. But these two terms need to be balanced, and these two terms are different, but they are interrelated. For management, it is important to be both effective and efficient. Management has to see that the tasks are completed and goals are achieved. That is effectiveness, but with the least amount of resources at a minimum cost, that is efficiency. Sometimes a business concentrates on effectiveness and ignores efficiency. That is, it completes the given task but at a higher cost. On the other hand, also, sometimes the manager is able to cut down the cost but cannot achieve the target production. So the goods do not reach the market and hence the demand for them declines and competitors enter into the market. So in this case, the manager is efficient but not effective. So it is important for the management to achieve the goals effectiveness with minimum resources, that is as efficiently as possible, while maintaining a balance between these two terms, effectiveness and efficiency. Poor management is due to both inefficiency and ineffectiveness. I hope this topic is very much clear to you. Now we are discussing the characteristics of the management. Characteristics can be called as the features of management. Number one is what? Management is a goal-oriented process. Different organizations have different goals. An organization has to set the goals to achieve a particular target. Like for example, to earn the 20% return on investment, to increase sales by 10%. So these are all the goals of the management, which the management has to achieve. So management will do what management will do. Management unites the efforts of different individuals in the organization towards achieving these goals. Next is the management is all pervasive. Pervasive is what? Managerial activities are performed in all types of organization, in all departments and at all the levels. That is called pervasive. So management is essential for all the organization, whether it is a big organization or small profit or non-profiting organization, service organization or manufacturing organization, whether it is a government organization, a cricket team, hospital or a school, all requires the management. So that is why management is called as a pervasive activity. Next is management is multidimensional. It involves three kinds of dimensions. Number one is management of work, management of people, and the management of operations. One by one, we are going to discuss now. Number one is management of work. What management will do in terms of work? So management translates the work to be done in terms of goals to be achieved and assigns means to achieve it. This is done in terms of the problems to be solved, decisions to be made, plans to be established, budgets to be prepared, responsibilities to be assigned, and authority to be delegated. So these comes under the management of work. Next is the management of people. Management of people has the two dimensions. Number one is dealing with employees as an individual with diverse needs and behavior. And second is the dealing with employees as a group of people. The task of the manager is to make the people work towards the achievement of the organization goals by making their strengths effective and their weaknesses irrelevant. Third is the management of operations. Operations is what? The activities which the employees are doing in the organization. So, in the management of operations, it is interlinked with both the management of work and the management of people. So, it means to manage the production process of transforming the input into output. What kind of input we are trying to perform? We are going to get into it, the material and the technology into the desired output. What is the desired output? Output is for the consumption. So that comes under the management of operations. Next point is the management is a continuous process. It can't stop. Management process is a series of continuous but the separate functions. The functions which we were discussed earlier in this chapter, that the planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, these are the functions. It doesn't mean that if once we are starting the planning and we are going to achieve our goal, we'll be achieving our goal, but after achieving the goal, planning would be stopped. No, it is not possible. Again the planning will be started. So these functions are simultaneously performed by all the managers at all the time. Next is the management is a group activity. What is a group? An organization is a group of different individuals who work together with a team spirit and coordination to achieve the goals of the organization. So this focuses on the team rather than the individuals. Management as a group or a team can contribute more effectively and efficiently than an individual. Individual cannot contribute more, but a management as a team or a group can contribute more. Next is the management is a dynamic activity. What is dynamic? The changing environment which we are facing right now. Also, we are facing some changes in our country, in the whole world. So, what management will do? It has to adapt itself to the changing environment in order to be successful. So, an organization must change itself and its goals according to the needs of the environment. And there are various environments available in the business environment, like consist of economic, social, political, technological, and legal factors. For example, like McDonald's, as the fast food giant, made major changes in its menu to be able to survive in the Indian market. Example, it offers the aloo tikki burger because the Indian people loves aloo tikki burger the most. So that's why it has to change according to the changing demands of the consumer, according to the taste and preferences of the consumer, for the better survival, for the better growth of the organization. Last but not least, management is a intangible force. Intangible means what? Which cannot be seen, but its presence can be felt. So when the targets are achieved according to the plans in the organization, so employees will be happy and satisfied. So there is orderliness instead of chaos. So employees will be happy. That feeling can be felt only. It cannot be touched. So that's why management is called as an intangible force. I hope this topic is very much clear to you. In the next class, we will be discussing more topics from this chapter. I hope you like this video. So please press the bell icon, press subscribe our channel and hit the like button. Share with your friends so that most of your friends could get benefit out of it.